There has been so much gossip floating around for years about how harmful the online mental health community has been, how it's become a trend to have mental illnesses to flaunt for online clout, monetary gains, or other gratifications. Some truly do have mental illnesses but exaggerate or misrepresent symptoms because they want a lot of followers. Others advocate for self-diagnosis, which has gotten the attention of the media and mental health specialists. Some are indoctrinated and convinced they have severe mental illnesses by their peers. I decided to see for myself so I could report on my experiences after hearing about this harmful online imitative DID community on TikTok, mob hating anyone who dares to speak out against them or voice their disagreements with certain practices. At the time I started this journey, there have been rumors of persons within the community, for short, preying on children, influencing their audience with vague fetish-like visuals, mob reporting specialist information online, stealing people's trauma stories and presenting them as their own to make online content out of it, and encouraging their audience to stalk, dox, and harass people diagnosed with DID who disagree with the misinformation being spread or other harmful practices. And I can also now say at least one has, by the time I am writing this, encouraged their audience/followers to make threats of severe physical harm and death upon me for exercising my right to free speech. I have to note, this report and the actions taken for this report are not intended to personally harm or attack or harass anyone. Mental health struggles are a serious issue, and I must stress the importance of seeking specialist assistance to help find a way to manage mental health symptoms that cause any kind of distress. This report is intended to share my personal experience of navigating the online imitative DID community on TikTok. I am using the word imitative to both represent people that imitate dissociative identity disorder and to refer to the kind of skits people claiming DID make on TikTok, which are meant to imitate symptoms of the disorder to show what it might be like to struggle with it, since many skits are reenactments of specific situations and experiences being shared. I started out by making a TikTok account and naming it Imitative DID. I labeled it as a call-out account, not knowing many of the so-called systems on TikTok. My intention was to attract attention within the community in hopes of opening discourse. I mimicked some of the other call-out accounts that seem to have been on TikTok trying to bring attention to some problematic subjects, such as a popular DID creator being inappropriate with minors online, that seemed to have also been engaged to another DID creator that seemed to have created CSAM by making fetish art that depicts minors engaging in this DID creator's fetish of choice. DID being a severe trauma disorder caused by severe prolonged child abuse, some sufferers of the disorder are understandably upset about online DID creators being inappropriate with minors online and using minors in art that depicts them engaging in fetish activities to be sold online. I decided to download and re-upload some of those kind of contents being shared online and even added some other clips found online to voice my disagreement with these kind of practices within the community. I also uploaded literature on imitative DID found online to share knowledge, and I found some clips of systems which seem to exhibit the behavior found in the literature on imitative DID. Some of the creators I shared clips on my TikTok account were popular and some not so popular. I didn't want to just be a faceless call-out account, so I made some clips showing my face expressing unpopular opinions, which I found to be problematic, because I felt like TikTok DID content creators would be more open to communicating with me if I showed my face. One of the content creators asked me why I used her video. I told her I was researching imitative DID. So she told me her clip was satire and asked me if I was a trauma survivor, to which I replied no. Because of the rumors, I wasn't going to divulge any personal information on TikTok. My intention was to research, and so I started asking systems I found on TikTok if they would like to interview with me about their experience in the Imitative DID community. I asked in some of the comment sections under their videos or in my videos or during their live broadcasts. Everyone I asked either ignored my request or accused me of trolling or fake claiming or argued with me about whether or not I had the right to research and share my experience on the subject. So in short, because my TikTok page expressed disagreements, unpopular opinions to the community, literature on imitative DID, and some of the videos systems made which seemed to be satirical skits or mockery of DID, I was met with a lot of hostility. The reports on the videos I shared to TikTok started coming in for bullying and harassment, although I wasn't harassing anyone. If anything, it was the other way around. My first account only lasted 4 days on TikTok, but I didn't find that to be long enough to make a proper report of my experience, so I made another and reposted the videos, but just observed the community for a while, noticing that if I wasn't vocal about my disagreements, that my videos tended to be unreported. But as soon as I started commenting on people's videos and asking systems about imitative DID, they would view my page and start reporting my videos for bullying and harassment. The report button seemed to be the default method of choice to silence people with unpopular opinions within this online community, even if the unpopular opinion sided with specialist information on DID and imitative DID. A lot of systems started blocking me, so I couldn't see the content they posted up with my account anymore. But a lot of people would also report my content for bullying and harassment to get my content taken down. And when enough contents were reported, my second account was banned. My third account didn't even last minutes after I left an unpopular opinion in the comments section of a large DID content creator, and she put my account name on blast. It was like all of her fans that saw her video reply to my comments swarmed to my page to report anything and everything without even bothering to watch my videos. It became clear to me that my videos weren't being reported because people actually thought it was bullying or harassment, but because if enough reports came in, TikTok's system would eventually take reported content down. I've appealed enough of my content to know the report system on TikTok is flawed. Many times my appeals would get favorable results and my videos would be reinstated on my page after TikTok claimed they reviewed my content and found that it did not display any harassment or bullying. So after my account was swarmed by an angry mob of DID creators' followers and quickly banned, TikTok's system picked up on it and must have noticed it was a bunch of false reports because they just as quickly reinstated my account, in which this big DID creator noticed and commented laughing that my account was back up, which shows she was enjoying having her followers report my account. And a second swarm of reports came in for bullying and harassment, and my account was quickly banned again, which I appealed and got my account back up again some hours later. This seemed to have angered this one specific large DID TikTok content creator because she vocalized a threat to dox the owner of the so-called hate accounts. She seemed to think all the call-out accounts were made by one obsessed woman. I don't know if she actually thought it was just one woman behind all the accounts, or if it was just an intentional lie she told for her fans, but all the call-out accounts, which I insisted were not hate accounts, but education and awareness accounts, came out and said that we're separate people running our accounts. This large TikTok DID content creator then said the woman she was accusing of running all the hate accounts was in a hospital and that she would wait until she's out of the hospital to spread her information online, which I assume is to have her followers send hate and harassment. I vocalized my disagreement with these practices and was met with a lot of hostility. I was constantly accused of bullying and harassment and fake claiming. I explained my aim for my account over and over again, and the arguments eventually faded into nothingness. I decided to take a different approach. Since TikTok is mainly used for skits and people don't seem to be much interested in the educational aspects of videos on there, I decided to make a parody of this large DID content creator. I parodied the start of this large DID content creator from information she had shared online. It was made in bad taste, and it was met with significant outrage from some people diagnosed with DID. They exclaimed that the large DID creator that I parodied is known to steal other people's trauma stories and present them as her own. And although they are aware that my intention was to mock this content creator that mocks people suffering with DID with her content, that I could be mocking innocent people that really suffered from the trauma she claimed. While I can understand that point of view, I have to point out that all I've seen are allegations that this specific content creator may have stolen her supposed trauma stories I parodied. I haven't seen any proof of this being fact. I kinda want to stick to facts of my experience than delve into conspiracies right now. The facts leading up to my parody are as follows. This large DID content creator and her followers were quick to start spreading my Reddit and YouTube username on TikTok, which is not related to the Imitating DID account I had on TikTok. I assumed this was to try and intimidate me or send me hate. I note that my Reddit account is not safe for work and doesn't belong on a family-friendly site like TikTok. I stated that it was inappropriate to do so. As far as I know, this information is still posted up on TikTok. I find these actions distasteful. It was also brought to my attention that this large DID content creator may have already been aware of my Reddit username from me posting in a Reddit sub where she's the subject matter of discussion, and that she could have borrowed the design of the tattoo I have on my face to create character skits as an alter that also happened to have similar personality traits to me. This seemed to go with the prior allegations of her stealing trauma stories and using it for contents, but instead of trauma stories, adopting appearance and personality traits. I presented the idea on my TikTok that this character of this large DID content creator seemed to be copied, knowing that even though she had blocked my account, that she and or her followers were still aware of what I was posting online, not only on TikTok, but on my other accounts as well. There didn't seem to be any response to those accusations that I was made aware of, except for maybe 2 of her fans saying my tattoo design and placement were very common, to which I replied, just as common as developing DID from a happy childhood and loving parents. Of course, there's room for nuance within that statement, but that's what sparked my idea for the parody. And so we're back to the story of the parody. I wanted to present the irony of mocking someone who makes a mockery of others by making skits on TikTok and mimicking trauma stories in a mocking fashion. Of course, my version wasn't meant to be vague, so there's no question on my intentions. Some have voiced strong distaste for it, saying it's malicious and hurtful, while it was also well received by others. Some people that hate the piece accuse me of being insensitive to other people's trauma. I've got to comment on that. It's not that I'm insensitive to other people's trauma, although it can seem that way from the parody alone. This report isn't about being nice and sensitive to online DID content creators because they happen to have traumas. This report is about finding out what happens when one voices disagreements, mocks, or dares to stand up to such content creators. The large DID content creator I parodied didn't respond by playing victim like others thought she would. She instead just made a small skit of me, but in the comments it's been found that she's been encouraging extremely harmful behavior by liking comments from fans that have threatened severe physical harm and even death. Some might argue that I deserve such for daring to create the parody, but I'd like to remind everyone that where I reside, we have freedom of speech. This is America, and not everyone has to like what I have to say, but I have a right to say it as long as I'm not breaking any laws. To think someone deserves stalking, harassment, bullying, doxing, threats of severe bodily harm, and death because of exercising their right to free speech is ludicrous. It isn't just this one creator and her following. I've heard stories of other popular online DID creators and their followers acting in a similar fashion. This online imitative DID community is beyond harmful. It's downright criminal.